Alright guys, so we're here with a 1997 7.3. Today we're going to do an oil cooler, we're going to pull the turbo, we're going to do an EVB delete, which is a valve that's in the downpipe. We're going to get rid of that. We're also going to replace the pedestal, and we're going to dive right into it. Calm down, Sean.
What?
You're bouncing too much, homie.
Now what are you doing?
I'm down here.
Okay. Alright, so right now we're pulling the last bolt for this turbo pedestal to pull the turbo out because we're going to do that EVP delete, as Zach said. So what that entails is replacing this piece right here, and the pedestal has a valve in the back of it, which is going to be deleted with the new one. So once we put that in and this on, we will no longer have this stupid valve here, and it'll flow a lot better and it won't close on it while he's pulling a trailer. And then we're going to pull the water pump down here, replace the belt, pull the water pump. We're going to pull the fan shroud out as well, replace the thermostat, and then we're going to flush out all the dirty coolant that's in here, that's oil and coolant mixed. So we're going to flush all that out, kind of clean up the system, and then put everything back together, and no more oil cooler leak and no more EBV valve in the turbo. So it's going to run great. And this is definitely a long time in the working. It needed to be done a while ago, but we're getting it done. So on to pulling the turbo.
You have a oil filter wrench, sir. Alright, so we're in here pulling the fan clutch off of here so that we can get to the water pump, and we're going to pull this all out and get it out of our way.
We're in our nice little shop here with our tent because it's about to rain, so this is going to be fun.
So we're taking this oil cooler out. We removed 3 bolts on the backside where the oil filter comes on. We removed the block heater, 2 bolts at the front, and we're going to pull this thing out from under the truck.
All right, so we got the brand new oil cooler put together, and we're going to pull the turbo, and Zach's going to clean the gasket surface down below. And then we're going to work on getting the EVP delete done. So we got the turbo out. We're just putting the delete for the EBV. This is the little housing you would get when you order the delete kit. There is no valve in here anymore. No, nothing. Just hollow, so you get nice airflow through it. We're gonna tighten this up. We're gonna put the pedal stool on, and then we're gonna put it back in the truck. All right, everybody, so that's kind of day one. We got everything out. We got the oil cooler taken out. We got the turbo out. We put the delete kit in for the turbo. Now the turbo's back in. We didn't put the oil cooler back in, and we're going to be finishing up changing out the water pump. Unfortunately, 2 bolts are rounded because they're pretty much original. They've never been touched since the 1997. And then we're going to be going to get extractors and some more tools, get the water pump off, replace the water pump because it's really bad. And then we're going to flush the coolant system, go drive it, and then drop the coolant again and put new coolant in it. And yeah, that's day one, but we're going to regroup tomorrow and get this thing knocked out. What is up, everybody? So we are back here in the morning with Cal's truck. We didn't get it finished last night because 2 bolts were rounded off, but we went and got some extraction sockets, and we went and got some wobbles to tighten down the turbo just a little bit more to make sure it's down and torqued to spec. And then we're gonna get the water pump back off and then put the new one in, and then we're gonna put the oil cooler in, get the gasket surface all cleaned up, and get the coolant in this thing and get it started. Fresh oil and everything, fresh oil, fresh coolant, and get it started. So thanks for coming along, and
fucking camera on.
So we're buttoning up the turbo. We just put it all in here. We're tightening down the up pipes, and we're gonna tighten up the down pipe, get the rest of the intake in, and fire her up.
now we put the new thermostat and gasket on here. We're gonna put some sealant around it to make sure it doesn't leak, because 7.3s are notorious for leaking right here on the thermostat housing. And then we're gonna put the new water pump in, and then we're gonna put the fan and fan shroud on and fill this thing with coolant and get it started up. All right, everybody, so we did the turbo EBV delete. That's done. We got it running. We did have a problem with the water pump. One of the bolts snapped and we had to extract it, which we got it out, which was a huge win. And then the belt tensioner snapped on us as we were getting everything put back together, which really sucked. We had to go to the parts store, get a new belt tensioner, but we got it in. We ran it for a little while. We're gonna run some fresh coolant in it for a little while. And then we're going to do another coolant flush to get the rest of the oil out of the motor, because all the coolant valleys and everything were still filled with some oil. But we're gonna do a nice coolant flush here in a couple days and get fresh coolant, more fresh coolant back in it. Make sure we get everything out of it. But for now, runs and drives great. Thanks for watching.